Today, for our family discussion, our group discussion, we're going to talk about the relationship between adult children and parents in the African American community. The first subject is about how most parents believe that if after their children turn 18 years old, they're of legal age and can fend for themselves in every way. Although that was not our experience, why do you think that is?
Because after 18, that's when you are finished with high school. That's your first step into the real world. You are either going to college, or as some kids choose not to go to college, they have to get out there and they have to learn how to fend for themselves. And some parents feel that at the age of 18 you can do that.
Okay.
I don't feel that that's the case with my daughters. They wanted to stay home. They're more than welcome to, but we enforce education, jobs, something productive. At any time that we're needed, we're always going to be here. But we want our daughters to be productive citizens. They work hard, but it doesn't mean that it's a free ride at all. So being here with us, they do have certain things, certain standards that we do go by. And that's why they were able to stay here. That's why y'all able to be here.
Dad?
Oh, well, just to piggyback off of what Mom said, well, basically, we brought y'all up in order to fend for yourselves once you turn 18 anyway. It's like, damn. See, she started laughing.
No, I didn't. Stuff falling off the wall.
Brenda started laughing.
Alright, I'm gonna have to try to figure out how to edit this. Let's do it.
It's like when the way that we brought y'all up was basically to fend for yourselves. Just because you turn 18 doesn't mean that you have to get kicked out the home. Basically, if you're working, if you're going to school, if you're trying to be a productive person, that's all that we look for, and that's all that matters to us. Basically.
Well, being that I've had friends that did have to go get it on their own, I know personally I wouldn't do that to my children. I have a friend who, although she came to college, she had to still figure out how to pay for college on her own because her mom was assigning for loans. Meanwhile, she joined the military to pay for college, and now she's paying for things for her mother. So knowing my friend's certain experiences, I appreciate you guys, but also knowing what people had to go through, I just think that's a major problem in our community because people don't realize that you're hindering your child more than helping your child if you just send them out to fend for themselves. The next issue is the differences in generations. They're crazy. Although you are my sister, we're 6 years apart, so most would think that our generational coming up was different as well. And of course our parents, their generation was different from ours. So what do you think is different from what me and you, what is the difference of our learning scale or,
Learning scale? What do you mean learning? As in school?
I mean, like, not even in school, like in life. Like, what is the generational difference that you think is between us, even though we're only 6 years apart?
Well, I honestly think that y'all generation was babied a little bit.
Elaborate.
Baby, as in, just like as we were talking about, after 18, getting out there and fending for yourself, even though I didn't have to go through that either, but still, it was, with my generation, I believe that our parents were, well, my parents, it's my personal experience, was more strict. They were more strict on me. And that might have been because I'm the oldest, but they were more strict on me. And I had more things that I had to do Whereas with my sister, they were kind of laid back. I kind of seen the laying backing of the parenting a little bit there. So I think that's, a little bit like my parents never told me, oh, you have to work, or at this age you have to be working. It was more of things that I wanted to do, like, oh yeah, I want to go get a job, mom and dad. Okay, you're gonna go get a job. Okay, what time do you have to be, dropped off? Oh, I want to go get my learner's permit. Oh, I want to go get my license. It was things that I wanted to do, but my parents never made me do those things. So it was just, I don't know, it's just a different mentality for me. For our generation, I feel like we were more of the go-getters. Whereas to your generation is more of the, mommy, daddy, I want this, or I want this, can you do this?
What do you think, Mom?
I can kind of see some of that. I can. But truthfully, yeah, I can. And the reason why I can see that is because I'm a younger child. That's why I can see it, and I'm not gonna say it wasn't so. I'm not gonna say it wasn't so. I'm not gonna dispute your feelings whatsoever, because I can't discredit how you feel. But no, but we loved y'all equally and think that we cared for y'all equally. So,
Yes.
I mean, so that's never came into play whatsoever. But no, I mean, I can't even dispute that, because like I said, I was a younger child. So.
And how was it for you, being that you were a younger child, and of course, having two older sisters?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but I was left alone, left at home, and they were gone.
Mm-hmm.
I did everything like you said. I drove. I had a job. I went to work. I did all of that, and there was nobody home. I didn't have anybody to set the example for me, but I still did.
Oh yeah. How about you, middle child?
Yes, I was the middle child, as you just said. Basically, I didn't have any of those perks. Basically, I had to not fend for myself, but it was like it was a little rougher on me back in those days than it is on you. Well, was on you guys now.
But like with your siblings, did you see
Like,
like changes?
General changes.
General changes with my siblings. No, like it was 5 of us all together, and basically it's like I have an older brother, an older sister, and I am the middle child, and basically I have 2 younger sisters under me. I did see the fact that they was babied more than I was. Basically, basically if I was sick and I went to my parents and I was like, I didn't feel good, I didn't want to go to school.
Oh no, you had to go.
You get your butt up and you go to school. But they could come to mom or dad, and it's like basically, Mom, Dad, I don't feel good. Well, baby, you take yourself back to bed and we're gonna bring you some medicine. So I sort of get where you're coming from on those points. And the younger generation or the younger child is normally the one that get babied the most.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And-
Well, I'm gonna. How do I feel?
How do you feel?
You're the baby.
You're the baby.
Well, how I feel is, you think that things were different, but
I know.
there were also times where I felt some type of way. You have to think. You weren't told to get out at 18 or 19, but you did. And with that being said, 6 years younger than you, I was here. And like Mom said, nobody was in the household for her, and nobody was in the household for me. But I learned from your mistakes watching you grow up, so I didn't make those mistakes. So I had a little bit of leeway, because I know, oh, Terica did this, so maybe I shouldn't have had it. Maybe I shouldn't do that.
Yeah, but you were still baby.
I was baby, but you think I was baby, but in reality,
When I came
it's a
home,
discussion.
when I came
my
home,
sidekick. Yeah, everywhere Daddy went, Daddy would take you with.
But in reality, when even how I take it, how I feel, and you might feel like it was baby, but I feel like being that I learned from your mistakes, I
but
had
not all, but you made your own mistakes.
I
But
had-
your punishments and things were different. That's what
But
I'm saying.
that was also
when you came home, did
I
you
was-
have to take the dishes out the dishwasher?
you were here.
Did you have to do that?
You did it.
Did you have to do that? No, when you were by yourself. I just want to know. It's a
It
discussion.
was me and mom though.
Oh, mom,
You gotta-
helped you? Because I didn't
No,
have
but
to.
listen.
That was me. I had to do all of that.
Listen.
We're still in a discussion.
Yes, this is a discussion. This is an argument. But listen, how I feel. You have to. Okay. Well, you weren't here, and it was a moment in time where Dad was working out of town. It was just me and Mommy. Yeah, no, it's a discussion. It was just me and Mom.
Mm-hmm.
So when I would come home, first off, it would be times where Mom would go to sleep. I would go to school. By the time I got back from school, Mom, being the person Mom is, everything was done. So yes, you're right. I didn't have to do certain things, but let's not discredit.
Okay, you know what? Okay,
You want to put that on?
I want them to be quiet right now because you know what? A lot of stuff is my fault.
It's not your fault.
No, a lot of stuff is my fault. A lot of stuff is my fault
Okay.
because I do a lot of stuff.
For me,
Both of y'all.
yeah, I believe it. Say she's trying to discredit you.
No, both of y'all.
No.
Oh, for all three of y'all. I do a lot of stuff. You know, I'll cook, clean the kitchen, and everybody be sitting over there.
Here we go.
Yeah.
I just tried to dry the
Yes,
dishes.
she did.
And
But-
And I
what do
usually
we
do
get?
wash the dishes.
And what do we get told when we try to help?
That's okay.
But because I'm just so used to it just being me that's doing it. So a lot of stuff I have hindered y'all from doing.
But it's not that we don't know how to do it.
Oh, yeah, y'all know how to clean.
But
Y'all keep it clean.
y'all just act like you don't.
I want y'all to know they keep clean areas.
They just act like they don't.
Okay.
So we gonna shoot all
So
that.
that's the differences in between generations. Now,
Moving on.
moving on to mutual respect.
Yes.
Respect.
The fact that we're adults now, and the level of respect that we have for our parents, and certain, I guess you would say, boundaries. My 2 points are actually mutual respect and privacy, and they go hand in hand. So, what is your view on the mutual respect and privacy that we have in the African American household with each other? Do you want to start that off, or do you want to move that to one of them? One of the
I'll take
parents?
it.
Okay.
I'll take it. If you're over a certain age or you're dating and you have a significant other, your significant other, it was certain things as when I was growing up and was an adult person and was dating or whatever, there was no, you start courting or whatever you was doing or whatever. There was no spending your significant other spending the night. There was none of that. Staying over or however y'all want to say it or whatever. There was none of that. We couldn't even fix our mouth to even think that. They couldn't put their foot on our step to go upstairs. It was none of that. It was a mutual respect that it was just not even thought of.
Okay.
It wasn't.
I'm saying that was the next point, so I guess we're gonna bring that in then. The next point was, how do you guys feel about relationships and us being adults? But Mom brought it in. I just want to know why do you think that outside relationships have to do with our level of mutual respect for each other? That's what I don't understand. What do you mean by that?
Okay, what are you talking about?
I'm saying you just said that we couldn't ask about spending the night and
So
all
what
of
does that have to do with me?
But I'm saying
No, it just couldn't happen in my house. So what?
But that's understandable. But I'm talking about our personal mutual respect, not our respect with our relationships.
Oh, well, with that, you always
we gonna
respect your parents.
each other. We gonna respect
Yeah.
each other. I respect you. I respect you as a child. That means what? as you grow, I have to grow with you, and I have to talk to you differently. I can't talk to you the same way I could talk to you as if you were a 5-year-old.
Correct.
I have to talk to you as if you're the age you are now. You know, I can't come in there, you know, if you're in your room or you're in your room and come in there raising my voice and being disrespectful to you. I can't do that. You know, I have to talk to you as if you know, I have to talk to you as an adult person.
Well,
Yeah, well, that is true.
Dad has something to say, so what do you have to say about that?
Well, I would love to say something about that. To
And,
get,
and excuse me, just because this is our house, and I think we kind of differ on that too. Just because this is our house,
You should have-
I don't think that because it's not, I could just say I can't do that. I can't do it like that.
Oh yeah, well.
that's where we differ at. The difference is, well, first of all, in order to get respect, you got to give respect, and y'all been doing that all your lives. And basically, the way that we was brought up back in the day, we was always taught to get respect, you got to give respect. And when you go out there in the world and you give people respect, they see that. But as far as the respect in our house, I don't always say this is my house, this is where it goes. Like mommy said earlier, basically it's like this. We can't talk to you, or I can't talk to you as a baby or 5-year-old or 10-year-old. You're not even teenagers anymore, you're young women. So basically when I talk is as I try to talk to y'all on that level. I try to talk to y'all on that level. But I also try to explain many situations and many circumstances on what's going on. And what was your next question besides respect?
It was privacy, but we're going to talk about respect with Terica, and you can start off with the privacy thing. Like, they say we all have a mutual respect for each other. Do you feel like your privacy is respected at times?
Yeah. Yeah, with our parents, I mean, it's respected, our privacy. They don't overstep no boundaries. I mean, unless we tell them something. And then if we tell them and they worry, then it's a problem. But other than that, if we tell them something, and that's it.
When it comes to certain things in certain
you said daddy opens
situations, daddy.
Well, I told Daddy don't open my mail, and just like we was talking about,
Daddy
just like
opens
we was
mail.
talking about, I mean, that's mutual respect.
Mutual
because
respect.
I feel like some stuff is just mine, and you don't open the mail. You just don't open the mail. That's all I can say. Sometimes, Daddy sometimes he'll call me and be like, "Oh, Terry, you got such and such," and if I really want to know what it is, I'll be like, "Oh yeah, Daddy, open it." So I can
That's
see.
because he's already probably
Opened it.
Can I interact?
Let me say my part, and I'm gonna let you go ahead. How I feel, yes, we all have a level of mutual respect for each other. That is guaranteed, that is promised, that is number one in the household. We grew up on respect. Privacy, all I'm gonna say is we just got old enough to be able to sleep with our doors closed. So, yeah, that's how I feel. Like I like to have. I'm the person in the family that likes to have a lot of alone time, and a lot of time just sitting in my room and relaxing and stuff like that. That's no secret. I feel like now being older, being an adult, I'm able to get that privacy that I've kind of always wanted. Now, if I want to lay in the bed all day, I can lay in the bed all day because I'm of an age to a point where we have a level of respect for each other.
No, we ain't laying in bed out
Yeah.
See? But I mean, not like that. But you know, I don't live here with you guys on a day-to-day basis. So as a college student, y'all know when I come home, if I'm gonna relax, I want to relax. So I feel like I'm just getting that level of privacy that I kind of always wanted. That's just me personally. But what did you want to interject yourself and say?
Yes, with the privacy thing. basically blame it on the internet. Blame privacy on the internet. When you got Snapchat, you got internet, you got
Instagram.
Instagram,
Instagram,
Facebook.
Facebook, all of that. You blame it on those things. Basically,
Y'all didn't have that.
we didn't have that coming up, and well, it was no doors closed anyway in my mama's house and daddy's house, because they ain't want you doing nothing.
Generational difference.
Generational difference.
Yeah, we couldn't close doors.
Couldn't
either.
close doors. If
We
you
couldn't
had
close doors,
if
and
you had
there was
friends,
no laying down all day.
young, well, people coming over, no doors closed. Basically, I blame it the internet. Blame it on the internet, but it wasn't like y'all was like in jail. Oh, you can't close that
Well,
door.
yeah, of course.
You know, we always give you your privacy, but you know, certain things is not meant to be in private. I.e., boyfriends and all of them folks.
All right, well, let's talk about that then, since that was the last point. And Mom already kind of touched on
Yeah,
it.
mama touched
Yeah, and it's for all of us to discuss. It's a
it.
discussion.
You
How
want-
do you
want me to go back to where I was
Feel
back
about
in the
what?
day?
The fact that now we're young adults and we're in our own relationships.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, y'all.
I'm engaged.
Okay, go ahead. Go ahead.
And we are so
So
very
go
happy.
ahead. You're engaged. So, how do you feel about being in the household with them being an engaged woman? How do you feel about
I'm
that?
about to say, you engaged?
Well,
That's new to us.
we pretty, you know, they have mutual respect. We just have mutual respect. I think it's always going to be like certain things and stuff like you just don't want to do in front of your parents. Like,
Yeah, of
I
course.
don't want to be kissing on
Yeah,
my fiance in front of my
okay.
parents.
That's your
Hey,
fiance.
Girl,
Beyonce.
I know that does not bother
It's
me.
just, but that's just
Okay,
going back to like
Beyonce.
mutual
Respect.
respect. Like it's just
Same.
respect thing between us.
You can kiss him like that's not gonna tear us up. I mean, okay, that's fine.
Well, we're not saying. I'm just saying we were talking about respect.
I mean,
That's
but
how I
first
feel.
of all, no. I
Wait,
mean, yeah, I hope y'all. Well,
Once again, y'all not teenagers.
okay,
anymore.
y'all.
not-
First of all, y'all grown people, y'all adult people, y'all getting married, whatever. I mean, that's fine. But I mean, but it's just like I said. You know what? We can be more than happy for you, but yes, we're very happy.
Well, in my case, I don't have a ring, so
Okay, but
You
you
in a
Relationship.
yeah.
with a very nice guy, and we really like
Very
him.
nice young
we
man.
really like him.
Both.
We really like him.
So, you know, with that being said, and y'all have been married for how many years?
A long time. We ecstatic.
Like years, like yeah, so, can you say
Over 20-something years.
over 20-something years? And as your children, we know our place, even in you guys' relationship. So how do you feel like our respect is when it comes to you guys' marriage?
As far as
Like, you know, we've never had we couldn't input our opinion in certain things when it came to y'all relationship. So do y'all feel like
Well,
we did-
certain things I'm not going to discuss with you.
well, that's true, but I'm saying, do y'all feel like we have that level of respect where
Mm-hmm.
we've never crossed those boundaries?
no, y'all never crossed them boundaries, but we never really, like Mommy said,
I
we
never
never
crossed
really
it with you.
crossed it with you. You know, you know, some things we said, you like,
Who
well,
was we?
huh?
Who was we?
Oh, that'd be me.
We kind of went on everything.
Oh.
So we discussed everything, and I appreciate you guys for helping me out with this assignment. Is it accurate? I don't know, but
Is it accurate as far as the information that we put out?
yeah. As far as
Where's our information?
as far as we do a good job.
I hope so.
I hope
because,
so.
I mean,
But it was nice having a discussion with you guys, and I appreciate you guys for helping me out.
Okay.
All right. Thank
Okay.
you. Bye, class.
Give her an A.
we need it.
Just go ahead and trim that out.